Greetings, travelers. Per Pianissimo here, and welcome to the Flint's Effect, where we talk about all of the male characters in Genshin Impact. During this second episode, we are going to talk about the rest of the video content we've gotten from Flint's, basically everything in 6.0 except for the playthrough. This is a clip from the meeting point at the cemetery. Very neat. He's not animated, but the particles and the little flame bits are animated. A little bit of a warning. There's going to be spoilers here because this is actually from Act 2 of the Archon Quest in Nod Cry. So if you have not seen this, then you may want to wait for about 10 minutes. Just saying. I'll put a timestamp at the bottom. I wonder if he knows who he's fighting right now.
Hand it over. That was mine from the first.
See, now he's talking to him in Fey. You hear him do that to the Wild Hunt quite a bit, so I'm not sure he knew what the heck was going on at first, and all of a sudden he actually gets the snot beat out of him for a minute. And then, of course, he's freaked out about his lantern getting corrupted. So clearly he thinks he's a Fey of some sort. He's still talking to him as a Fey.
You're a fool. You again.
Traveler, did you really thought he needed saving? I mean, he'd gotten up. I don't know. I guess maybe he did.
What the? It's stronger than before. Lantern now!
He's clearly struggling with it. What happens? Does he knock it away? Oh yeah, okay, I guess they knocked the lantern away there. Like, that's quite a throw, Flint. This was very cool. I liked it on Aether's better than Lumine. Because Lumine's had these really weird gloves.
It escaped again. This situation speaks for itself, I presume.
Yeah, definitely very neat. Again? All right. They're fighting Rivera again. And this is Ainos cannon about to go off. They're trying to stop it from hitting him.
We are out of time.
All your efforts have been futile. It is too late now.
Perhaps you're right. Why aren't you running?
Is he talking to us? I mean, he turns to Traveler and says, "Why aren't you running?" We're like, "Why aren't you? He just kicked your butt too." I'm the one that saved I'm the one that saved you. This was really pretty. Okay, so he's speaking. I thought it was coming from the lamp for a minute. Wish they gave us a translation on what he's saying. That'd be very cool. Oops. Go, Animo Traveler Shield. Go, Inefa. This is cool. Look, she's doing the Superman thing. She's even got the red cape. Look at her. Yes, she does. Look, he's all glowy.
Ooh, that was close.
Yeah, well,
Nice snap up.
yeah, not quite enough. I mean, they...
This keeps getting bigger.
Well, they did a little bit of damage to him, but not enough. Oh, he's mad. He's like, wait, it didn't... You know.
Yeah, this guy looks awesome. Hopefully he's going to play with the character.
He's not going to be playable, but he is going to be fightable. We're supposed to fight him, I think. In 6.1 or 6.2, we actually...
Maybe we don't.
Yeah, he's actually in... Yeah, he's a boss we have to fight in the Archon, but... So, anyway, this is just a continuation of it.
You too have the potential to be driven mad by
He's got a
knowledge.
great voice. I've seen...
The truths you see
He's done an
are so
insipid.
insipid.
Oh, yeah.
Laughable
Yeah.
that you should die for their sake.
I love this music. This is like classic Bond villain music. Like, wait, what?
Known is but a fog to be dispersed. Knowledge is the true pillar of the world.
Yeah. I may have to get her because she buffs Geo. I have a feeling that's going to be good for Zhongli. It'd have to be a rerun though. I have to concentrate on the guys.
You're awful.
I'm not awful. Hopeless, maybe. Yeah, Felonia is pretty amazing. I love him. He's got to be part of her kit because she's never without him. No, she doesn't fight. He does. That is absolutely true. I feel like she wouldn't want to get her hands dirty, you know? Of course, she works with a lot of electronics, so maybe she's not quite so dainty. Yeah. Lately, yeah.
In-game.
This is like, she's like, wait, what do you mean, wait? He was about to... Oh, okay, I guess Polonia released himself. He just obliterated where you were standing. But yeah, Polonia may have not been out of power yet, but he sure was cutting it close.
It was nearing season's end when I ventured
Okay,
to
so
Notrai.
that was the end of the Archon bits. So that would be the end of the spoilers. So I will put a timestamp down at the bottom for those who want to skip the spoiler. You should end up right here. And we are going to watch I believe this was the teaser trailer. Or the character teaser. One of them.
It was nearing season's end when I ventured to Notrai. There was something I wanted there. Something one of a kind. 95,000 Mora.
100,000.
Huh? 105,000.
110,000.
118,000. Please, sir. I've been searching for this coin for ages, and this is my last night in Notrai.
You know, that's interesting how the coin is up for auction and he's holding it. I mean, would the auctioneers I don't know. They must really trust this guy that they don't know from Mondstadt.
Could you not just let me have it?
It's his.
Now that's how gentlemen handle business. I've seen these kinds of arguments end in bloodshed before.
Let me buy you a drink.
Oh,
Oh.
if I may, you seem a little unsettled.
Okay. Is it just me, or does this clock not have enough seconds? Well, I guess maybe they're not on. Who knows what the light cycle in Teyvat is? Apparently, it's not 60 seconds per minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty cool. This is definitely, not from Earth.
It's this place. Everyone I meet seems poised to outsmart me. Including you.
Hence why I'm drinking for free.
I suppose.
All right, so here we have the Raven, and I've mentioned this before, how there are significant significant nods to Edgar Allan Poe in this entire region. I don't know if it'll continue past these first 3 sections that we have, but it likely will. And Flynn's clearly he loves the horror aspect. He trolls Paimon with it when they first meet. You know, he lives in the cemetery, and we'll definitely go over that. We'll have to review the actual playthrough with him. He definitely represents the Raven here, because, I mean, he lives in the cemetery. He collects shiny things, just like ravens do. Okay, that'd be too much of a spoiler, but he collects shiny things, sometimes to his detriment. I love this, and there's so much horror play with Flynn's character. We'll definitely do an episode on some of the references to Edgar Allan Poe.
Truth. With the Wild Hunt.
Not Raven's
And
eyes.
everything else. You never know what could
Switching
be
to Flynn's
lurking in
side.
the night.
Yeah. Beautiful
You need
imagery
an
in this.
escort.
But I'm leaving tonight.
Allow me.
No, I couldn't.
Why not? I know the way.
And
I
in
love the way
return,
they did the
you
hands.
want the coin.
That is yours to keep. Surely you wouldn't take a ratnik like myself for a common thief.
You're a Ratnik. That's great. As he escorted me to the border, asking nothing in return. The sky grew dark, the air cold, a bone-deep chill nipping at our heels. I heard there are man-eating monsters out there, and moonlight that lures people astray.
Ah, that frightens you.
I think something's been following me ever since I got the coin.
Perhaps monsters like treasure.
Yeah, listen to him. He's trolling him.
Getting cold.
Blue flame isn't known for its warmth.
Is it true there are fire wraiths too? Hope my hair doesn't get singed.
Well, all the more reason not to linger. Oh, and by the way,
Oh, there they go.
best not to look down.
Best not to look down. Probably covered in Wild Hunt bodies at this moment. That's kind of yeah, he's creeping the guy out more than I mean, obviously he's frightened and he has a right to be, but Flint's is just, I don't know, playing it for all it's worth. Let's put it that way.
Shivering away.
Oh, he's definitely
All I could do
playing
was
it.
set one foot in front of the other.
He's definitely
Until
got a sense of the
finally
macabre.
caravan was in sight. This is far enough. Thank you.
It's safe from here. Now go.
It was a farewell and a dismissal all at once.
This classic Flint
Safe
salute.
travels.
As the
Genuflect.
thick fog rolled in, he disappeared from view. Until, out of nowhere, I saw the glint of eyes. I held its gaze, but could not tell if it was a human staring back.
Yeah, and then the ravens flying out. I thought that was very, very cool. Definitely could watch that trailer over and over. It was such beautiful imagery, wonderfully done, and points to Flint's personality. I mean, he is incredibly calm and easygoing, and a lot of his idols reflect that. A lot of his comments will talk about that. Clearly older. I mean, you don't see... Well, I mean, you see Zhongli get a little bit upset every once in a while, and you see just, I mean, or angry. You see it with Flint, like when they're fighting and such. But for the most part, they're extremely cool, calm, and collected. I guess it comes with centuries of age and experience.
They've kind of seen it all a time or two.
Yeah, I've seen it all. I don't know if Flint's has killed numerous gods before, but it's the same idea. You know, he's done this so many times. Another corollary with Zhongli, this human experience, is just that, an experience for them, because they aren't human.
So you kind of wonder if it's all part of their thing, and that they don't really have to worry about it.
Not as much. No, they're experimenting it through human. Although I do think he, as a Fae, is probably vulnerable to some things where Zhongli. I mean, Zhongli comments that his body is stronger than normal. His body isn't affected. I'm not sure about Flint's. Maybe not as much, but as a Fae, I don't think that he's quite as invulnerable as Zhongli as a dragon sovereign, or I don't know if he's considered a dragon sovereign, but one of the original, basically, I guess the dragons were immortal.
They're superhuman.
Yeah, they were. Well,
They
were the only one. I think he's the only original left. These are the Snezhnayan, or the Nodcry people, fighting the Wild Hunt. I believe this is a nod to when he first encountered them in that first battle, right at the beginning, but afterward it isn't. I don't know. You know, now that I think about it, let's watch it, because it's similar to how he describes that first battle, but he's clearly already at the lighthouse. So maybe when you see Flint at the beginning, this is how he sleeps in his lamp. I don't know. Well, he's got a lamp. Right. Disturbed him in this lamp. Like, okay, I'd better take care of some stuff.
Over here!
Come on, faster!
Yeah, because he's up there.
We're close. Hurry.
The souls that wander these frozen wilds shall at last be set free by the light of the blue flame. Cowards, you court death.
Yeah, he's not talking to them. He's
And dust.
talking to the bad guys.
Those warriors called me here for a singular purpose: to eradicate the Wild Hunt.
Possibly, yeah. Yes, he's showing the Legion dying
You
as well.
linger in vain.
He was very upset that he couldn't save them all. But this is the first time you really see his chains in action. This is very cool. The music is incredible. Now, I admit I did not like this trailer at first.
This fog! I thought I made it out!
I didn't like the juxtaposition between the different animation styles. I thought it was too stark.
Too close.
And the music.
I almost
I thought
fell.
it was like
Did somebody...
the differences between the
Help
two
me.
sections were too stark. But
I
it's
think
grown
it's
on me.
meant to be that way, though. It's kind of
Because you're
past
right. Now
and
that you're
present.
pointing out that it's kind of a combining the past and present a little bit, and it's grown on me. It's grown on me. I can't say that I like all of the bits of music. Yeah, I just wish that we saw more of actual Flint's rather than the 4-color animations that they had. I think that's probably what disappointed me more than anything, that they didn't have more of an animation. So in the Luna 6.2 trailer in the event, they show him being part of the meeting with Varka, just a very tiny clip here. And then this clip of him flying through the air, just like we tend to do. About to try to poke Rear. I don't know if that's going to be successful or not. No, that's it. And then here's the animation on the meeting point. Like I said, Flint's isn't animated, but the particles are, and it is kind of cool. So, yeah, that's it for the Flint's Effect episode 2. Tell me what you think. Did you like his trailers? I loved the one about the auction. Just, like I said, clear nod to him being the Raven, basically there to troll passersby and make them scared more than they should be, because obviously Nodcry is a very scary place. And he's a nice guy. I mean, he protected him and everything, but it didn't mean he wasn't going to have fun at his expense too. We still love Flint's, and his gameplay is pretty amazing.
Yeah, he's one of the few characters you can see an outside influence. I mean, a lot of the other characters you can see a little here and there, but his character is really kind of that spooky past that drawn on the Poe poems and such. You can also see from the fight scenes, they really dug into the anime fighting shows, and the superhero aspect is really good. It's one of the better scenes. And it's a really good aesthetic for him. I like it.
Yeah. And I like how they've now integrated the story content, the individual story content for the characters into the Archon quest. So they purposely did that, and I think I like it better this way. I feel like it flows better, and you're not worried about should I do this in order, especially if you didn't play from the beginning. I certainly didn't. I've been playing for just over a year now. I think it just passed my 1-year anniversary. Woo woo! I love this image. It's like, oh, he does sleep. He may be resting in his lamp, or that he had given up and was sinking. I don't know if, as a Fae, that's how you die, is that you just give up, whatever. And possibly, I don't know if he had other trauma that happened to him before, but the Nodcry people found him, and I guess he was inspired to help them because they were helping him. Bye-bye, beautiful Flints. Next time on The Flint's Effect, we're diving deep into Flint's official lore from Hoyoverse's announcement, plus every single line of dialogue from his 6.0 Archon Quest playthrough. Until then, remember to play hard, die often, and leave a good-looking corpse.